Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and this was a reply for those of you who have not seen it. I've told you that my son was a Jaws fanatic, and I told you the story about him saying why you should have bumped. I actually have a video of that I'm going to show you at some point. But he was also really overly into the Titanic. So one day I thought it would be hilarious to put the Celine Dion song on in the background and then have him, he was building his Titanic ship with Legos, and he wanted me to video him simulating the Titanic hitting the iceberg and everything going on. Really funny video. I put it on on Twitter, and so you can see it. But there was an interesting reply to this. Ozzy Bear, let me see if I follow Ozzy Bear. I don't recognize that handle. Okay, they don't even follow me, but I'm going to follow you because you gave me a good reply. You and your son will likely enjoy this mind bender from this is J.C. Collins. Now, J.C. Collins has philosophy of metrics. The guy really intrigues me at times. Well, all the time. He writes about geopolitics and the economy and Ripple and XRP, and he really makes you think sometimes. Now, some of his things, by some of you, you would say that it is tinfoil hat type stuff. Some of it isn't that way at all. But like I always tell you on this channel, if it intrigues me, then I want to show it to you. You have a brain. You can decide for yourself. I'm not your parent. I am just the digital asset investor. But he says he weaves history and geopolitics and the future nicely here. And what he's talking about, this is J.C. Collins' website, philosophyofmetrics.com, where you can read articles on all kinds of things. Some of them are free, and he's also got a subscription model for you. Now, I want to say that I have shown this one on the channel before, but I couldn't remember. Ripple, XRP, the Illuminati, and the sinking of the Titanic. Now, I'm not going to go into the article. As I recall, what this article was, the gist of it was that there are some people that believe the formation of the Federal Reserve, a lot of the people that went down on the Titanic, there are conspiracy theories that a lot of the wealthy, important, and powerful people that went down on the Titanic were people that were anti-Federal Reserve, did not want there to be a Federal Reserve. And so the article talks about that and just ties in a bunch of interesting historical type things. And then you can kind of decide what you believe and you don't believe about that kind of thing. But it is interesting enough. And since he talks about Ripple and XRP and a way he could tie it in or not tie it in, whatever, it makes it a very interesting read anyway. Okay, now let's go to this. This is from Crypto Wizard. And this is what I always tell people. My good friend just asked me where to put 500, I think that's pounds, into crypto. We did a very simple calculation. 500 pounds into BTC, Bitcoin, now 1,000 pounds at all-time highs. 500 pounds into XRP, now 6,500 pounds at all-time highs. It's so easy it hurts. Bitcoin is good for value. XRP is great for profit. I think they're both going to be great for profit, but I think in the end, when the history books are written, it's XRP. It's always been XRP. Okay, from I Am Legion, I keep being blown away and kicking myself by this. Mr. B had told me about MoneyGram before this thing even started going up. I think he told me he was going to invest in it or something, as I recall. But this thing is going up. I Am Legion here, he says, unreal, 5 to 10% per day. I was waiting for a pullback, and then I was going to get some. I don't buy anything while it's going up. I buy on the pullbacks. That is the digital asset investor's philosophy. So I may have missed that boat. I hope I did. Well, for some of these guys, some of y'all's sake that have already invested, I'll just say, okay, I hope there's not a pullback. You guys make your money. That's you made a hit on that one. I'll just have to get the next one. And you know what we call it? It's a new term that was coined by, who coined it? I'm going to draw a blank here, and I want whoever coined the term, the XRP effect, I want you to remind me who you are, because I mentioned you in a few videos back. I forgot who it was. Anybody can remind me of who that was. I want to make sure I give him credit from here on. In fact, I will even name him the guy on the Digital Asset Investor channel, the official guy on the Digital Asset Investor channel, who came up with the term XRP effect. I'll give him a title out of it. That's the kind of power we have here. Jaquito McPhee, at Jaquito McPhee, sent me this, not this one, but the next one. I wanted to make you all aware, because I missed mentioning this. This Julia Chatterley, and I replied to one of her tweets and said, if you're not careful, you may be onto a career maker here, covering Ripple and XRP. But I think this girl is smart, and I think that she realizes that covering crypto might be the golden egg career-wise. Day 2 of Crypto Crazy Week on First Move. This is the guy that wrote, author of Bitcoin Billionaire Talks the Winklevoss Twins, BTC, Facebook's Libra, and whether he'd be happy for his parents to buy crypto. And so it's just awesome that CNN is having Crypto Week. And get ready, folks. You're not even begun. This is just the beginning. They're gonna have television shows that are crypto television shows. Who knows? Maybe you'll see the Digital Asset Investor on one of them one day. But you're gonna have crypto television shows, folks. You're on these financial channels, and don't be surprised if you don't see them pull a lot of people from crypto YouTube and Twitter to be different personalities on some of these shows, because we know more about this stuff by a long shot than a lot of these people on the traditional financial media do. And don't think that the people in those traditional financial media outlets don't know that. As backed launches and as this stuff takes off, that's something else to watch. You're also, as we've shown you, William Shatner's coming in. You're going to start to see commercials. We already know Binance US is launching right before Backed. These are legitimate things. These are going to be the legitimate. Remember, Backed is not called Backed for no reason. It means backed by legitimacy of Wall Street. That's the whole point of it all. And I'm going to talk at the end of this video kind of what I talked about in the last video. I believe that real, true price discovery is a part of that. That's the part that nobody's really talked about yet. And I'm like a pit bull that's got a hold of that now. And I'm not going to let go of it, because I believe it's impossible for you to see the correct, the real prices, because I don't believe the real price discovery has been put together, because I don't believe all of the facts and figures are being shared by all of the exchanges that matter. I think that is part of the back plan. I think it's part of the Binance US plan. I think it's part of the NASDAQ plan, the ErisX plan, the Fidelity Digital Assets plan. I believe true and real price discovery, not from places that whatever the website is decides that they want to pick them from. You can't cherry pick to make it a real market. I mean, you don't ever go on to CNBC. Do you ever go to CNBC and see something that's completely different than you would see if you were watching financial news in Europe? It wouldn't work that way. There's got to be a sharing of the information, and it's got to be standardized, and we do not have that. And I mentioned in the last video the fact that you don't have SBI on CoinMarketCap, SBI virtual currency, where XRP is bigger than anywhere on CoinMarketCap, tells you everything. And again, I don't blame CoinMarketCap for that. I think it's part of the plan. I believe that it's SBI that doesn't want to feed it to anybody yet. Now, but I wanted to show you the rest of these from Julia Chatterley. She has posted the Brad Garlinghouse video as well. She's got, and this was what Jaquito McPhee had sent me. Day 4 Crypto Crazy Week, part 1 of the videos here. You can go to her. You ought to give her a subscribe. She's earned a subscribe or a follow. Part 1 is there, and then she also posted part 2, and then Let's move along. Now, this was also on CNN. How sick to your stomach does it make you if you're a Bitcoin guy out there? Crypto payment speed. And this is from UK XRP. How funny is this? Let me see make sure I follow this guy. Okay, I do. Crypto payment speed. Average Bitcoin 10 minutes. Average 5 seconds for XRP. What do you think that feels like when these Bitcoin people see that? Those are the cold, hard facts. They really, they shouldn't hurt Bitcoin people's feelings if they really do want to go with this whole store of value thing, which is really their only option. So I'm on board that. I'm a Bitcoin holder, folks. I'm ready. I'm ready to be a store of value, and I'm ready to go to the moon with you Bitcoin guys. But XRP is the one. When it comes to payments and the movement of money around the world, XRP has always been the one, and you all know it. All right, Zero Hedge. If you ever want to really see honestly what's going on in traditional finance, don't go to Zero Hedge's website, but go to their tweet thread, because they just post the articles. If you go to the articles, your computer could crash like the digital asset investors did yesterday because they're loaded down with ads. Zero Hedge, CEOs abandon ship. Record 159 chief executives exits in August as overall layoffs surge. We've already seen where the CEOs are doing insider selling of their stocks. They know what's coming, folks, and these guys are jumping ship before the ship goes down, before this financial crisis truly hits. And then from Zero Hedge, no one comes back from this uninjured. Fiat currency endgame looms. I disagree with Zero Hedge here. Well, they do say this: no one comes back. No one will like the endgame or leave it unscathed, but some will be in better position to capitalize on the boom that follows. Guess who those will be, folks? Digital asset investors. Okay, and finally, I wanted to show you this. This is CoinMarketCap right here. I want you to ask yourself a question as I scroll down, because these are all the exchanges that are feeding data, and I'm back on that price discovery thing. These are the exchanges that are providing data. Does it make you feel like you're getting real price discovery? And I'm not blaming CoinMarketCap here. I'm saying that this is not standardized yet. It is in the process, and I believe that this is part of what is going to happen, that is going to give the faith to the average Joe investors, that's going to bring them in. And I think Backed and SBI Virtual Currency, the NASDAQ, ErisX, Fidelity Digital Assets, Binance US, I think all of them are a part of a plan. And then I think in conjunction with this price discovery becoming something people can believe in, I believe you're going to, at the same time, that is when you're going to see a handful of exchanges become the ones, and the other ones will be bought or disappear. Now, I just want to scroll down this and show you the change in 24-hour volume. This is across all of the exchanges that are reporting to CoinMarketCap, and I want you to tell me, as an investor in these markets, does it give you faith in the accuracy of pricing the way that it's currently done as I scroll down? This one is down 0.07% over the last 24 hours. This one's up 94%. This one's up 14%. This one's down -3%. This one's up 2.52%. This one's down 18.48%. Up 13.06%. Down 1.9%. Down 10%. Down 17%. Up 0.12%. Up 0.24%. This one's down 23%, and this one's down 21%. This one's down 36%. But then if you keep going, that's down 37%, 45%, but keep going, keep scrolling. Up 23%. Big One is a company called Big One, a company that we trust results from? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what Big One is. This one's down 42%, up 20%. Do you see the crazy? Look, this one's up 44%. Why, folks? Why? Why are the discrepancies like this? This makes no sense whatsoever. And it also makes no sense that the company, this is one thing I never have let go of, it also makes no sense that a company, now if you're going to list prices, you have a duty to be completely first of all, transparent, which I think CoinMarketCap's pretty transparent, but you also need to be pretty upfront about what is this about? Why don't you take donations in XRP? XRP is a digital asset listed on your site. In fact, it's the third one in line. Why'd you skip it? Why do you take donations in Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash over XRP? It's just a legitimate question that I have in a market. It's the same thing I asked Gemini. Why don't you list XRP? It's the third by market cap. Why don't you list it? You know, these are questions that should be answered as we try to get, because we want investors to come into these markets, into a standardized market where there's faith, the same way that you have faith in the traditional markets. Now, let's take a look at this. Remember how I mentioned that I thought I remembered an article about SBI Holdings. Remember this? SBI, this is from August of 2019. SBI Holdings crypto exchange adopts new tech to help meet FATF standards. Now, what does that mean? Here's what the founder of CEO of CoolBitX says, who is also doing the same thing. It says, according to the announcement from CoolBitX on Thursday, SBI's VC trade is now using a customized version of the company's wallet. It allows users to withdraw their crypto assets to their wallets after completing multi-layers of KYC. And then he says the FATF has now set firm KYC AML guidelines for the virtual asset industry, regulating VASPs, virtual asset service providers, in the same way as financial institutions, in a major step towards safer and more widespread cryptocurrency adoption. We are proud to have partnered with SBI VC. Now, what does this mean? What does it really mean, folks? What I think it means that SBI is not plugging into the coin market caps of the world for a reason, and this is just my opinion. I think that SBI is a part of the bigger plan with the big boys, the BACs, the NASDAQs, to plug in to what will be the standard. You know, XRP is the standard. Well, backed, like I said, backed is calling itself backed for a reason. It's because they want to plant the seed in the investors, the traditional retail investors. They want to plant the seed because they're going to begin to sell them on investing in these things. They need to plant the seed that they're backed by legitimacy. They're backed by tradition, not by this, the Ponzi scheme, the stuff that has been sold for 10 years. Now it's different. But what has to be different with that is real price, true price that's backed by traditional finance. In my opinion, that's what I'm telling you. Okay. Sergeant Obi-Wan at Sergeant Obi-Wan tweeted me this: do I sell some XRP for MoneyGram stock? And he sent this funny video. This poor kid is holding up 2 cookies, looking at them, trying to decide which one to take a bite out of them next. Well, I'll answer that for you from Heisen Zerp. I'm an XRP guy. I've been investing in stocks my whole life. I'm not missing this train, folks. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that we will get real price. And once everybody understands that they're getting real price and that they're looking at real price, it is game over on like Donkey Kong. Thank you for listening.